Hey people, what's going on? Welcome back to A Richer Life, where life is more than just money. I'm Brian. I know things and I do stuff. So, things are going great. You just got a job and your employer offers you a 401k. Now, what is a 401k? Well, a 401k takes over the old pensions that companies used to provide out to employees, which was basically a retirement plan for working at a company for a long period of time. Now, companies stopped really giving pension plans because they are quite burdensome to the company's bottom line. And also, employees move around a lot. So it doesn't limit employees from staying at one company for an extended period of time. You're able to move around to different companies and collect 401ks at multiple companies. A couple things to consider when a employer is offering you a 401k is matching. How much is your employer matching you for your contribution? Worthless employers will basically offer you nothing. So it's just you inputting money into a 401k. And then you're limited on investing options, as well as you're going to have to be paying a fee to whoever is managing that money that is being invested. Some employers will offer you 25, 50, or even 100% matching. So this would be if you are inputting a percentage of your paycheck, most employers will go up to about 3 to maybe 6%. If you're putting in $100 and your company is matching 100%, they would be putting in $100 per paycheck. So every paycheck you would put in 100, they would put in 100, you get $200 per paycheck going towards your 401k. Now, one of the things that is more common for employers to do is what's called vesting. So if you get hired on at a company, it's not uncommon for you to have to earn that 100% matching value. So maybe your first year, you might only be 25% invested, where you put in $100, your company would match you $25. The second year you're there, it would be 50%. So you put in 100, company would do match 50, then 75 your third year, and then your fourth year of employment, you would be fully vested, and for dollar, they would match you. Again, this goes up to a certain percentage of your salary. Now, there are a couple choices that we have as far as 401ks go. The two types of 401ks that will be offered are traditional, which all employers should offer a traditional, and then some employers will offer a Roth 401k. It's less common, but it is becoming more and more common. So the major difference between a traditional and a Roth 401k is in a traditional 401k, the money that goes into the account is pre-tax dollars. So you do not pay taxes on that money when you put it in, but when you pull the money out, it is taxed. With a Roth 401k, you pay taxes on the money that goes in. So you put $100 into it, but you might pay a small tax, whatever the tax is on that $100. You'll pay it in as it goes in. But when you pull the money out, that money is not taxed. Now, personally, I prefer a Roth 401k because I would much rather pay my taxes now. And I believe that the tax rates are going to continue to go up, and I plan on having more money when I retire than I do currently in life. So those are my reasons for choosing a Roth 401k over a traditional 401k. But then again, some companies might not allow you to have a Roth 401k. It all falls down to, do you think your taxes are going to be higher or lower in the future? And it's anyone's guess what it is. If you could tell me what the future is, I would be very happy. So overall, 401k, if you are getting matching from your employer, is basically free money. And there's no reason to not take free money, would be my point of view on it. I would only contribute an amount up to where my employer will match my contribution. Like I said, most employers will typically match up to 3%, 100%. So I would only put in 3% of my salary into that. That is because I believe that I believe that I can invest my money better if I do it on my own. And if they're not matching me anything, I would rather go somewhere else to invest my money. Some things to keep in mind when you have a 401k. When you do leave your employer, I highly recommend that you pull your 401k out from that employer. You're only allowed to remove your 401k once you leave a company, and then you can actually roll it into your standard or your IRA account. So if you have a traditional 401k, you can roll into your traditional IRA. If you have a Roth 401k, you can roll it into a Roth IRA, and then you can manage it however you manage your IRA accounts. Another option is if you haven't been investing money into IRAs and you do have extra income coming in that you don't potentially need at this point in time, you could actually invest more than the matching amount that your employer would do. And whenever you leave that company, like I said before, that money would roll into your IRA account. So that's one way that you can get beyond the standard. I think it's $5,500 yearly deposit into an IRA. This would be one way to get around that. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is that your IRA or your 401k money is your money. You can use it for certain things, such as medical expenses, if you're buying a primary residence, or certain forms of education that you're doing. Now, this means that you're able to borrow your own money from yourself, but you do need to pay it back in the future. So you will need to pay back your IRA or your 401k amount. Well, that's all I got for 401ks. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and throw me a like or subscribe if you'd like.